Hello, and welcome to SoliVana Wellness Spa. Thank you for taking a few minutes to review this video to ensure you have the best experience possible with us. First, let's talk about who should not float with us and those who may need to reschedule to a later date. We only allow guests who are 16 or older. And if you have an open sore, currently have an ear infection, a fresh tattoo, or are recovering from surgery within the last 2 weeks, you want to wait a little bit longer to float. That Epsom salt feels amazing most of the time, but in these situations, it's not going to be enjoyable. We don't allow anyone to float if you're under the influence of drugs or alcohol before or during your session. And if you have a spray tan or have used tanning lotion less than 3 days before your float, we'll ask you to reschedule so your tan doesn't stain the float pod. If you've colored your hair within 2 weeks, or within the last 4 weeks if you use red or black hair dye, we'll ask you to wait it out. That dye can come off and stain the pod, and the extreme amount of Epsom salt can pull out fresh dye. Basically, if you wash your hair and the water doesn't run clear, or if you rub your freshly washed hair with a white towel and color comes off on the towel, we'll ask you to wait until the dye has faded significantly. If there's any sort of contamination in the float pod, voluntarily or involuntarily, you can incur a contamination fee. This includes the release of bodily fluids, communicable or infectious diseases, oils, creams, hair dyes, or any other products. Now, just a few tidbits for your safety. Please make sure that you're able to get in and out of the tub safely by yourself. Our staff is not trained in assisted transfers. If you do need help, please bring your own helper. If you have a medical condition, mental or physical, that would prevent you from floating safely and comfortably, please seek advice from a medical practitioner before floating. And lastly, our float pod solution contains Epsom salt and hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, as well as oxygen-based oxidizers that treat the water and destroy bacteria. In some rare cases, some individuals may experience skin allergies to such chemicals. After you've checked in and used the restroom, you'll enter your private float room. We'll ask you to complete a few steps before you get in to float. First, undress. We recommend leaving the swimsuit at home. They're rarely comfortable, and when you're trying to rest, they can be quite distracting. They can also bring pool or laundry chemicals too, so it's best to just float in your birthday suit. Then put in your earplugs before you shower so you get a good seal while your ears are still dry. Then take a shower and use the body wash and shampoo to clean your body and hair. Rinse really well, but please skip the conditioner for your first shower. Then go ahead and dry just your face and hands. If you have any cuts or irritation on your skin, use that little packet of Vaseline ointment to cover that spot. That creates a protective barrier to prevent stinging. You might also want to get the halo that's hanging on the wall and bring it in with you to support your head while floating. You don't have to use it, but it's a nice way to truly let go. Even though you'll float without it, the extra support behind your head and neck might help you to relax further. Now it's time to get in. Simply lift the pod lid and carefully step in, putting your feet towards the light at the back and then closing the lid using the handle inside the pod. You don't even have to turn off the lights in the room because they're on a motion sensor. They'll automatically turn off once you're inside the pod, and they'll come back on as soon as you open it. Once you're inside, you'll notice a few controls on the wall. The 2 large buttons control the light and music. You can simply press those to change the color of the light, turn it off completely, or use the other button to change the volume of the music. If you'd prefer to listen to music from your own personal device, you can use the auxiliary cord at the back of the float pod to connect your phone. We also offer bone conduction swimming headphones with preloaded meditation music for a small fee if you'd prefer that option. And if you ever need help, just use that call button found in each room to contact the staff. And sometimes folks ask us what to do next, and well, the answer is really nothing. We recommend floating on your back in a similar position to how you sleep, but definitely take a little time to experiment with different arm and leg positions until you find something that puts you at ease. Once you're comfortable, you'll get the best results if you find stillness. You're welcome to meditate, sleep, or simply relax and just be for the duration of your float. It's a rare opportunity to be a human being instead of a human doing. Now, one big piece of advice, avoid touching your eyes or mouth. Epsom salt can cause stinging, and truly it tastes terrible. If you do need to touch your face for any reason, use the small towel hanging inside the pod. When your session time is up, you'll be alerted with soft music. If you chose silence during your float, music will come on. And if you're already listening to music, it will switch to a different track. You'll then gently bring yourself back out. Move slowly, enjoy that peaceful feeling, and then pop over to the shower and rinse the salt away. Now you're welcome to use the conditioner. If you feel like you have salt in your ears, or just to ensure that you don't, use the provided ear rinse. Just place a couple of drops in each ear. Now be sure to drink lots of water after your float. The Epsom salt can be dehydrating if you're not well hydrated already. You'll find a dispenser with cups in the hallway outside the float rooms. You can bring your water with you and take a few minutes to lounge at the front before you go. We recommend taking it easy for the rest of the day so you can enjoy that post-float glow. If you have any questions or concerns, please do let us know. We're here to help.